Hi, I'm Nick Nanton, and welcome back to Times Square today. Today I've got a great guest with me, my good friend Vince Kramer, who's going to talk to you all about how to have heart-centered success. Vince, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Nick. Glad to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
My pleasure, man. Well, look, you have a pretty unique story with your background as a pilot, and and now helping people transform their lives. Why don't you tell our viewers a little bit about that?
Well, the interesting thing is that I've been very successful in many different parts of my life, and through the military, into Fortune 500 companies, even as owning my own business as an entrepreneur. And through all of that, there was always something missing in my life, and I wasn't quite sure what that was. So I really started looking at how I was living life, and I realized that I was living by other people's rules through everything that I did. So I was missing out on that happiness and contentment that I thought I was going to find. So what happened is I really figured I needed to get out, I needed to find out exactly what it was that was missing. So I started a search, and it actually took me about 7 years, and I've been mentored by some of the top experts in the field. I've read hundreds of books, I've been to many seminars, and what I found out was that it was me that was missing.
Wow.
And once I found me, I realized that my purpose was to share with people what they needed to do to find themselves. So I've kind of become a catalyst and a mentor for people and inspire them and empower them to find what their miracle life is and to be able to create it and live it.
That's amazing. And here we are in a beautiful, busy Times Square. There's literally millions of people just milling around who
Yes.
are kind of just playing someone else's game. They don't even know what game they're in. They just keep going through the same emotions every day. And obviously you kind of found yourself in that position like many of us do at some point in life,
yes,
right?
Certainly.
Love it. Very good. Well, so tell us about the state of that industry right now. Because what's interesting is obviously you have a unique method, but there's so many people watching who say, oh yeah, he's just another guy who does self-help or can help me get better. Obviously, you're different, and there's a reason for that. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, as you said, the industry, there's a lot of people in the industry, and it's an important industry to bring to the people. There's 80% of the people aren't happy in their jobs.
Wow.
60% aren't happy in their marriage or their other relationships. And the really sad news is over the last 10 years, the use of antidepressants has gone up 410%. So self-help is needed out there, but like you said, I wanted to take it to a different level. All the answers come from inside. And we have to realize that nobody else has the answers for us. Nobody's been through our experiences, nobody has our beliefs. So it's not me telling you how I found myself and what worked for me to grow in my life. It's for me to help you find the answers inside of you, to listen to those answers and then take action on them and move forward with them.
Very good. Now, you have a unique retreat center that helps people facilitate this experience too, right? Tell me about that.
Exactly. So when my wife and I started the business, which we call Imagine Miracles, and I'd like to explain that a little bit to you before we go into the retreat center. We create by thoughts and feelings. And that's what imagination is. It's thought or visualization with feelings. So that's where the term imagine came from in the name of the business. And then miracles are their expression of love, of us sharing our talents and gifts so others can share theirs.
Wow.
So Imagine Miracles is the business, and we wanted to give people an education, an experience, and an environment where they felt safe and they could actually do that self-discovery, actually do that self-mastery to live the life that they desired. So part of that is the retreat center that we bought, which is called Sophia Retreat and Event Center. It's in Southern Colorado, and it's a perfect environment for us to bring our people in, share with them the information that we have to share, and then give them the opportunity to find themselves.
I love all that, man. Now, your success has been incredible. Is there anything that has guided you to keep staying in front of everyone in the competition?
Well, I think the interesting thing is it's not about staying ahead of everybody in the competition for me. It's for me to use what I have to offer and develop, design, and deliver programs and products to people to help them on their journey. And it is a journey to move forward in the direction that we go. The other interesting thing about that is I found that it's in sharing who I am is where the real true success is. Let me give you an example. I've got a client, Raj, and Roger was a very successful corporate executive, but he found himself trying to get the next big car, the next big house, whatever it was that he thought was going to make him feel better in life. And then he had a little awakening, if you will. And in that awakening, he wanted to get out and he wanted to share what he had learned to help people start their own business and really get out into the entrepreneur world and help them take a step forward. So he got involved in a coaching group that is very well known. They give you great materials. They help you become a wonderful coach. But what he did was he took all their information and he made it his and started his business that way. And what he realized was he just switched from one set of rules to another set of rules. So when he came to me, we did a VIP day. We spent the entire day together. And what we did was we worked through what was he all about? Who was he? What did he have to offer? What was his special experiences in life? And he redesigned his whole coaching, counseling profession there. And what happened was he actually doubled his business almost overnight.
Wow.
And the people that were supposed to be in front of him started showing up. And he was able to do what he wanted to do through life.
Amazing, love it. Now, I love to ask this question to successful people like you. If you could travel back in time and tell the startup version of yourself some advice, what would you say to yourself?
The first thing I would say is listen to your heart and don't let the little voices in your head get in the way. We're really locked into the point that everybody's got the answers for us. Everybody knows what we should do, and we want to listen to the experts. And there's really only one expert on us, and that is us. So through that process, that's where you really find out who you are. And really, honestly, Nick, the only person that can get in your way of who you are is you also.
I love it. It's my good friend Rudy Rudiger. They made the movie Rudy about him. He calls those goofy thoughts.
Yes.
So, those goofy thoughts always get in your head trying to tell you can't do it, you're not good enough, but it's your heart that you got to listen to. Well, great advice. Now, if people want to find you, how can they reach you?
Well, the easiest way to do it is to go to vincekramer.net. It's a great way to find me. I've got every bit of information on the things that I do and what and how I do it, so you can find that information there. And you know what, Nick, I really like the fact that people invest in themselves. So the people that are watching us today, they're investing their time in trying to move forward in their life, and I really appreciate that. And I also like the people that like to take action. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to offer a free strategy session, and I call them Your Life, Your Way Breakthrough Sessions.
Awesome.
And it's a one-on-one session with me where we'll take the time to find out, what's that one thing that's really getting in your way right now, and then at least one action step to take to help break through that obstacle in your way.
I love that. We'll put that offer up on the screen for everybody. And what was that web address one more time?
It's vincekramer.net, and that's Kramer. It's remark spelled backwards.
I love it, man. Well, hey, Vince Kramer, thanks for joining us. And we'll be right back in Times Square today.